here, and I'm going to share with you how I make my face moisturizer using a bunch of different oils, from essential oils to just different coconut oil and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And first thing I do, you can either do this over a double broiler. I like to use my little small crock pot, and I simply poured some boiling water inside the canister part or container part and put it on high, and then I have a glass mason jar that I use for making all my stuff. Now when you go to set it in here, it will try to float, so you do kind of have to hold it until you get a little bit in there. And what I do generally is I'll just go ahead and keep it out and start adding my first couple ingredients. Now I do add a little bit of beeswax simply because I try to keep the consistency to where it doesn't get too melty. During the summer I add a little bit more beeswax, and during the winter I do a little bit less, just so I don't have to worry about getting a big sloppy mess. So I'm going to start with about 1.5 tablespoons of beeswax. I went ahead and I have just the big block here, and I just go ahead and shave off and make it as small as I can. I just picked this up at the dollar store, the really micro-sized one, so that way I get a really, really nice tiny shavings of the wax, and it melts really quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and put about a tablespoon in. I normally, like I said, I'll do about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons during the summer, but since it's winter and it's cooler, I don't have to worry so much about it melting. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a tablespoon in here. Now this normally takes the longest to melt, along with my cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is awesome for your skin. Now cocoa butter is full of antioxidants. It will help fight off the free radicals. It is great for stretch marks, and I simply bought, my husband actually picked up all these wafers off of Amazon, and it's just 100% pure cocoa butter, you know, the raw cocoa butter, so that way it's totally unrefined and stuff. And now they have them in these little wafers just so that they melt a little bit quicker. And I go ahead and put about 2 tablespoons in there. And like I said, I mean, this is just a rough estimate about. So there's 4 little of those wafers, and I'll put like another 4 of them in there. I grabbed 5. We'll go ahead and put 5 in there. So now I just have these. Now these are going to take the longest to dissolve, and so that's why I start with these. And then I simply hold my cup in there, and I will kind of just start stirring it around, and it will start melting in that hot water. Like I said, you can do this over an actual stove or double broiler. I just find this is a little bit easier, and I can just stir it around. And the wax is actually already melting. The cocoa butter has not started melting yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and stir this around. Now the other things I'm going to add, it's not melted, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it is for the sake of the video. So the other things that I would like to add is, okay, so let's see, we've got our pure raw shea butter. Shea butter is another great one for your skin. Let me get this off here. So shea butter is full of antioxidants again, and it is great for super dry skin and for sensitive skin. It also is great for if you have calluses, like on your heels and stuff, to just rub it on here. Now this one is just pure, raw, unrefined shea butter. Again, just, you know, trying to keep it as pure as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of that in there as well. And this is a lot softer. So I make this about maybe twice a year. I make a big batch of it, and it lasts. I give away a couple as a gift, and then I usually have a bunch for myself. And because I do use it, you know, on my hands and on my elbows and everywhere else, and, you know, especially on my face. But right now it's so dry, it's like, ooh, we might be going through it a little quicker. But it's a way better way of doing it than, oh, let me turn that down. It's a way better way of doing it than the store stuff. The store stuff is not going to be as beneficial for your skin. A lot of times you might feel like you're getting moisturized because there's a lot of water in their products, and then they go ahead and they make your skin feel moisturized, and then you realize like an hour or so later your skin feels really dry because that water is evaporated and your skin still is dry. The other thing they like to do is put petroleum-based, which actually suffocates your skin and makes it so your skin can't breathe, which we need our skin to breathe. So this is all very absorbable, very easily absorbable into your skin. So we've got our shea butter, our coconut, and our wax in here. And then the next one I'm going to add is the mango butter. Now, mango butter has very soothing, moisturizing properties. It helps restore your flexibility in your skin. It also helps reduce the degeneration of your skin cells. It has some UV protection in it as well, and it helps with dry skins, with rashes. It helps clear up blemishes. It's really amazing. Of course, if you don't have all of these, I literally started out with just using coconut oil and cocoa butter. And as time went on, my husband, I asked him to order me some more cocoa butter, and he surprised me with all of these last Christmas. So now I still have them. The containers are still pretty darn full. So with the mango butter, because it's a little more expensive, I usually put close to a tablespoon in there. Nothing too crazy. Put a little more in there. And it's probably the most expensive one that I add, but because it has such great properties, and as well as the sun's natural UV, I like to add that in there since we're outside a lot. Now the last one, oh wait, no, I got two more. The next one I'm going to put in is avocado butter. Avocado butter is awesome. It makes your skin feel alive and vibrant, and full of antioxidants, and got A, E, and D in there. It's just incredible. Now this one comes out really soft. It's kind of interesting. And so what I like to do with that is put, again, I put like a pretty good heaping tablespoon in there. This one has been really good for my son with his really dry skin. Just putting it on plain. And so put that one on top there. Did we get all of them? We got shea, avocado, mango, cocoa. And then the very last thing that I put in is my coconut oil. So now I'm going to grab a clean spoon, since this is one we actually use for cooking too. And I'm going to go ahead and put about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in there. Coconut oil is awesome. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. It's antibacterial, antifungal, excellent moisturizer. So we've got about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in here as well. If I get a chance, what I like to do is I like to put a little jojoba oil in it. Jojoba oil, whatever you call it. I am out of it right now, so I'm not going to worry about it because I have all these other great oils. But I do like to put about 1/8 of a teaspoon of vitamin E oil. This one is just 100% pure vitamin E oil I picked up at Trader Joe's. And I just go ahead and put it about 1/8 of a teaspoon, or almost like a capsule full if you have capsules. So here it all is in here. You can see actually the bottom started melting already, and it wasn't even in the container, just for a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this in my container. I'm going to go ahead and stir it until it all melts. Then we're going to go ahead and cool it off and add our essential oils. You want to make sure you cool it off first because we don't want to heat our essential oils. So I will be back and show you once it's all melted what we're going to do next. Okay, so I've been stirring and letting this melt, and now that there's some weight in there, it actually doesn't, float anymore. So here you guys can see it's all melted. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and let it cool for a while, because we don't want to heat our oils, our essential oils, because it can destroy their therapeutic properties. So we're going to go ahead and let this cool off for a little bit. And when it cools off just slightly, I mean, it doesn't have to be cold, but it cools off a little bit, we will go ahead and add our essential oils, and then we'll cool it even a little more. And what we'll do then is actually whip it up. And by whipping it up, it takes this little bit and it turns, what is this, maybe, let's see how many ounces. This is just over 1/2 cup. And this will actually whip up into quite a bit of lotion. So even though it may seem like not too much, once it's actually cooled and whipped, it will actually be a lot more. So we're going to go ahead and let this cool, and then I will show you what essential oils I add in it. Okay, so I let it cool 5 minutes maybe tops, so I mean it's not so hot to the touch. I actually do have a little hand blender thing that I'll kind of fluff it around to kind of cool it a little faster if I need to. But because of doing it that way, it doesn't get so hot, and that's the way I like it, is it's not overheating even these oils. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my essential oils. I like to do purification just to help with any acne and stuff. So I put in about 5 drops of purification. So we got 3, 4, 5. And then I like to do about 5 drops of tea tree, which is also great for keeping any kind of acne or blemishes away. So let me just go 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I start getting into like my anti-aging stuff. So,
I'm a helper.
Yes, I have a helper again today. And what I'm going to do now is add some lavender. I'm going to go ahead and put about 10 drops of lavender. 9, 10. All right. Lavender is just amazing for your skin anyway, so I love to put that in there. And then LME. LME is like poor man's frankincense, so I'm going to go ahead and put about 15. Can you count 15 out? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. 16, 17. It's all good. Doesn't matter. Okay, so LME is going to be great for wrinkles, for all kinds of anti-aging and stuff. Like I said, it's kind of considered poor man's frankincense. However, I still do put actual frankincense in there. So we're going to go ahead and put 15 drops of frankincense. Now, the Swallow frankincense is awesome, awesome, awesome for your skin. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And like I said, once I blend this up, it will actually
did one more drop. 17
is all good. You can't go wrong with essential oils adding too much. It's okay. So what's going to happen is I'm now going to add some carrot seed. Carrot seed will be a natural sunblock. So what I want to do is go ahead and put about 15 drops in there. Carrot seed oil does not smell very good. Some people don't like the smell of all these oils in here. If that's the case, you can add more lavender. You want to stay away from any kind of citrus oils because that is not good for going out in the sun. But something like lavender would be great for, you know, covering up some of the smell if you're not a big fan of the smell. I personally don't mind the smell of frankincense. However, I did make some, I think I got to reorder some carrot seed. Whoa, we are out of carrot seed. So anyways, what I was saying was I've had made before where they didn't like the smell of the frankincense. And I was like, well, that's the best part of the lotion. So I don't think that smells bad at all. It definitely has, I think it smells more like frankincense like anything, but it's a very mild smell. So this is actually pretty cool right now. I'm going to go ahead and let it cool even a little more.
And I can even, if you need help, you can literally see if there's anything, like something.
You can see if there's anything in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool a little bit more. I try not to put them in the fridge only because then it cools on the outside and I get it a lot stuck on the outside, and I like it to just cool enough to where I can easily scrape it out and put it in my mixer and blend it all up. And I know this doesn't look like a lot, but like I said, once we blend it up, it will actually be quite a bit, and it's very fluffy and all whipped really nice. So I will show you that part next. Okay, so now we've let it cool, and if you look, this is pretty thick. I would say it's like kind of like cookie dough almost, like it's pretty thick, and it cooled off pretty, you know, crazy looking. And now what we're gonna do is, now that it's cooled this way, we're going to go ahead and whip it on up. So it takes a while for it to get to this process, and I actually a lot of times get impatient and try whipping it too soon, and it doesn't whip, and then I have to put it back in the freezer, or in the fridge, not in the freezer, and do it that way. And by the end of this process, my hands are so soft, and my neck from putting all this oil on. All the lotion every time we stop, and I get my hands dirty. So what we're going to do is go ahead and whip this up in a mixer. I have the KitchenAid one. If you only have a hand one, it'll work too. You just might have to whip a little harder. So we're going to go ahead and whip this up until it gets nice and fluffy, almost like a whipped cream. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, it's all done whipping up. And as you can see, it is light and fluffy. It is like, is just like whipped cream. I mean, it is just super awesome. Or maybe like buttercream frosting or something. But it is super awesome and super fluffy, and this will actually stay this way. It won't harden up as long as you don't put it, leave it in extreme heat and stuff. It will actually stay nice and fluffy. And I went back and actually made another batch of it because I forgot I wanted to make some Christmas presents and give people some of this stuff for Christmas. So I doubled up my batch, and then what I'm going to do is I got these jars at at Target in the dollar section, and I simply am going to stick the lotion right on in these jars, and then I will make a cute little label to go on, and There you go. You have an amazing, awesome face moisturizer. And I just want to let you guys know, so the first couple times, and I still have trouble getting my temperature right with my, like letting it cool enough. I get impatient and I want to start whipping it and then nothing happens because it's still too warm. So if that happens, just take it and put it back in the fridge and let it harden a little more. And you'll know when you get it right because it will start whipping up, and then you'll say, oh, okay, there we go. So that's how I have to have it. So there you guys go. You guys can make your own face moisturizer that will be incredibly awesome for your skin, that will not have any yucky, harsh chemicals, and that will be all natural, and that will help you have none of that petroleum-based product in it or anything like that. So there you go. That is my recipe and how I make my face moisturizing cream using all those amazing cocoa butters and mango butter and avocado butter and all those different butters, along with the essential oils from Young Living. So I hope that helped you guys out. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and that your skin feels soft and amazing just like mine. I have been out for probably almost 2 months, and I can feel a huge difference, and especially like on my neck area, I can see a big difference because I'm not getting all that on there like I normally do, and my hands, because even after I put it on my face, I would always rub it on my hands, and I was always amazed at how much softer and how much better my cuticles were. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I hope you guys try it out. Let me know if you guys have some special face recipe that you guys use. I'd love to hear about it. And thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful, blessed evening. Bye.